legs fall apart. Take a few breaths and observe how your body feels. Yeah, glasses off is good. Let the floor take your weight. And observe how your feet and legs fall apart. The weight on your pelvis. The curve of your lower back. How the shoulder blades meet the mat. The distance of the arms from the sides of the body. Observe the placement of your neck and head. You're observing your patterns of holding tension in the body. They're very minor, generally off the midline or a lack of evenness, but just sort of noting those things as you're able. And then go ahead and bend your knees up one by one. Bring your feet flat, hip width apart or a little wider, comfortable distance from your buttocks for arch and release, flatten and release, and then arch and flatten. These basic somatic exercises. So bring your arms maybe a little closer and towards your sides and observe the curve of your lower back and observe your lower back muscles just above your sacrum. So as you inhale, engage those muscles to lift that part of your back off the mat and roll your pelvis forward like a rolling pin towards your sitting bones and tailbone. So you're arching and engaging your lower back muscles. And then as you exhale, smoothly and slowly release those muscles and observe the release. And come back to neutral. Don't engage the front of the body. Just release the back. And see if you find a change in neutral after doing just one of those. And neutral meaning how your lower back feels on the mat. And then again, find those lower back muscles and engage them. Lift that part of your back up and roll your pelvis forward towards your sitting bones and tailbone and allow the back of your neck to lengthen as you do that and press the outer edge of the upper arms down a little bit. So you're getting more arch in your whole back and then smoothly release that engagement and come back to neutral and observe neutral. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, you lift the lower back, roll the hips forward like a rolling pin, press the sitting bones and tailbone down, let the back of the neck lengthen. Press a little bit down with the back of the head and the backs of the upper arms and shoulders. And let your arms start to turn a little bit out into external rotation. And then slowly release all that engagement. Come back to neutral and observe neutral. You can make any adjustments in your posture. See if neutral has changed for you in your lower back. And then we will do the opposite, which is flatten. So take an inhale into your lower belly, and then as you exhale, sink your lower belly down towards your spine. You might feel your knees pulling in a little towards each other and roll your hips back. So this is like a pelvic tuck. So your sitting bones and tailbone curl up and you press your lower back down just by the engagement of the abdomen and the release of the muscles in the back of the body that don't allow you to do that move. And then as you inhale, slowly release the engagement of your abdominal muscles, come back to neutral and observe how neutral has changed. Neutral also means no engagement, right? Of the lower back, we're focusing on the back and the front of the body. And then we'll do that again. You inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, sink your lower belly down. You'll feel your knees pull in a little, your hips roll back to flatten, your sitting bones and tailbone curl up. You can take extra breaths, find your belly button area and sink that part of your waist down as well. And you might feel your shoulders lift up and your head fall back a little bit. Chin lifts towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, you smoothly release all that engagement and come back to neutral and observe how neutral has changed again. And we'll do that one more time, adding the upper abdominals. So inhale to prepare. As you exhale, sink your lower belly down. You'll feel the knees pull in maybe, and roll the hips back, pelvic tuck, sitting bones and tailbone curl up. And you do that by sinking your waist and releasing your back. Sink your middle waist down by the belly button, and then find your lower front ribs and really sink those down towards the back ribs and bring them towards the pubic bone. Feel how the shoulders really lift and the head falls back. Go ahead and let the head fall back. You can turtle your head a little bit in towards your shoulders. Lift your shoulders a little and roll your shoulders into internal rotation. And then as you inhale, smoothly release all that engagement. Come back to neutral and exhale. So the somatic practice is learning to feel what engagement feels like and how to release and reset the muscles back to neutral. So now we'll do that back and forth with an extra breath in between. So on your inhale, you engage your lower back, lift your lower back up and roll your pelvis forward into a pelvic tilt, forward tilt. Press the sitting bones and tailbone down. And then press the outer edge of the upper arms down. Let the upper arm start to turn into external rotation, the whole arm. And press the back of the head down. Chin comes a little bit in towards the chest. And then as you exhale, smoothly release all that engagement. Come back to neutral, no engagement, and observe. Take a breath to prepare. And then as you exhale, sink your lower belly down. Your hips roll back now. Pelvic tuck, flattening your lower back. Tailbone, sitting bones curl up. Sink the middle and upper waist as well. Let your shoulders lift up, your head fall back. Turn your arms into internal rotation. Turtle your neck in towards your body. And then as you inhale, smoothly release that engagement, come to neutral and exhale. 2 more times we'll do. Inhale, you go to arch, engaging the back muscles, roll the hips forward, press the outer edge of the upper arms down, let the back of the neck lengthen. You can let your knees start to come a little bit apart when you do this. And then as you exhale, slowly release. And coming back to neutral, pause in neutral. Inhaling to prepare for flatten. As you exhale, sink your lower belly to spine, knees pull in, hips roll back, press the lower back down, let the sitting bones and tailbone curl up, sink the middle and upper waist. And when you really sink the upper waist by the lower ribs, the shoulders will lift up, the head will fall back. You can turn your arms all the way into internal rotation and even bring them into the sides of your hips off the mat and squeeze your inner thighs together. And then as you inhale, slowly release all that engagement, come to neutral and exhale. So we take it from arch and flatten into what is called the flower, where we squeeze into a tight bud and then we open into a full flowering lotus. So we'll do that one more time. Inhaling, roll the hips forward, pelvic tilt, engaging your back muscles. Release what's restricting you in the front. Let your knees come apart and turn your upper arms into external rotation and chin towards the chest, pressing the back of the head a little down. And then as you exhale, slowly release all that engagement. Without engaging the front, just release the back. Come to neutral, bring your arms in a little closer towards your sides so you're ready for the bud part. Take a breath to prepare, and as you exhale, sink your lower belly down, your hips roll back, pressing your lower back, sitting bones and tailbone curl up. The knees come in, you sink the middle and upper waist, so the lower front ribs go towards the pubic bone. Your head turtles in and head falls back, chin lifts. Squeeze the legs together, roll the arms all the way off the ground so the backs of the hands are on the sides of the hips, and give a squeeze. And then inhale and slowly release all that engagement. Come back to neutral. Exhale, extend your arms and legs. Come to Shavasana. Take a rest and assess. See if you've had any change in your anatomical neutral here, lying with your arms and legs a little out to the side. And how your feet fall apart, and how the weight is on your pelvis, and how your shoulders meet the mat, your arms and legs, neck and head. So we'll do arch and curl. So now bend one knee up, lift the knee up, tilt the knee in, bend the other knee up, lift the knee up, and tilt both the knees back into neutral. To bring your feet and legs in a neutral position, comfortable distance from your buttocks and each other. Bend, bring your arms up, bend your elbows. Interlace your fingers behind your head. So this is arch and curl. First is arch. So as you inhale, you lift your lower back up, roll your pelvis forward, So your chin pulls in towards your chest and you press the outer edge of the upper arms down and the elbows down and let there be a curve in your whole back. And then as you exhale, smoothly release that engagement. Coming back to neutral, take an inhale, and as you exhale, sink your waist down, pull your elbows in, your hips roll back, and then lift your head up and look towards your belly button. So this is arch and curl. This is the curl. And then inhale, you smoothly release. Coming back to neutral with the elbows out to the side. Exhale there. And then as you inhale, roll your hips forward, pelvic tilt, engaging your lower back. Feel that engagement come up your spine. Press the elbows down, chin towards the chest, back of the neck long. And then exhale and smoothly release all that engagement in the back of your body and come to neutral, soft and release. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, sink your waist down, let your hips roll back. Press the lower back down, sitting bone, tailbone curl up. Bring your elbows in, exhale all the air out and curl your head and shoulders up. So you're looking towards your belly button. And then inhale, you smoothly release the engagement of the back of the body, come back to neutral and exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, you lift your lower back off the mat, roll your hips forward, press your sitting bones and tailbone down, press the elbows into the mat, chin in towards the chest, and then exhale and smoothly just release the engagement of the back of your body to come to neutral. Take an inhale to prepare, and then as you exhale, sink your lower belly down, roll your hips back, pelvic tuck, sitting bones, tailbone, curl up, press the back down, sink the ribs and chest, exhale all the air out, elbows in, curl the head up into that pelvic tuck here, crunch, and then inhale, release. Take your arms and elbows back out to the side, and then take your arms away from the back of the head, extend the legs, come back to Shavasana, and reassess one more time. So now we'll move into the Yoga Asana Sangraha collection of asanas, and you'll ideally see how that basic move, arch and flatten or arch and curl, is incorporated into these moves here in the beginning of the sequence. So we do 5 floor poses. So roll your inner thighs down to the mat and bring your legs all the way together. Extend the front of your ankles and feet from around your knees. Curl your tailbone up towards your pubic bone, hollow the waist a little, and then bring your arms along your sides, palms down, so-called Tadagi Mudra. Mudra is a shape you breathe into. Tadagi means empty leg. So this is referring to the hollowing of the abdomen. Once again, from the knees, from the elbows, from the arms and legs, muscles to bones, sink the waist, tailbone up, tops of the thighs down. And then inhale, raise your straight arms up over your head until the backs of your hands touch the ground. And if you need to move away from the wall, I forgot to say that. Sorry, you can move a little away from the wall. If you need support under your arms for this, you can take it. You can also take your arms wider than shoulder width. Palms face up, fingers and thumbs all the way in to make a seal. Now reach your arms and your ribs up away from your hips, and then use your legs to pull your hips away from your ribs. So you have a little teeny bit more space between your hips and ribs, and observe that hollowing in your abdomen and breathe into that space. And every time you exhale, let the abdomen hollow and sink a little more. Back of the neck is long, front of the throat is soft. Let your breathing be long. Long inhale, long exhale. So just breathing into this shape, which is like Samastitihi or Tadasana with the legs together, and Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. But we have the support of the ground below us, so we can feel this helps with the evenness of the back of the body. Now, once again, firm your arms and legs, elbows and knees. And then as you exhale, sink your lower belly towards the spine and also your lower front ribs towards your lower back ribs. You should feel your shoulders rise up a little and your shoulder blades draw in towards your back. And then inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, lower your arms back down to your sides. And bend your knees one by one. Bring your feet flat, hip width apart and parallel, close to the buttocks. Turn your palms to face each other. So this is Dvipada Pitam, 2-footed stool, similar to bridge, but it's not about achieving a huge pose. It's about finding your pelvic area, low back, low belly, and stabilizing it by finding the muscles. So we know how to engage and release. Now, lift and roll your shoulders under a little bit one by one. So you scoot your shoulder blades a little more together over your spine. Press the outer edge of the upper arms down and feel that lift in the armpit chest. And there's a pelvic tilt. Your hips roll forward. So your lower back is off the mat. In fact, your whole spine is probably not touching the mat, just your tailbone sacrum area and the back of the head. Turn your palms to face each other and extend your fingers down towards your feet. You don't want your feet so close that you can touch your feet. You want to end up with your knees over your heels. Now, as you exhale, pull your belly in towards your spine, always the lower belly, to protect the lower back. Pressing into the inner feet. As you inhale, slowly raise your hips up. And as you raise your hips up, let the back of your neck lengthen. Notice how it pushes you towards the head side. So soften the back of the neck and hollow the front of the throat, and not to look up towards the forehead, but look a little bit towards your belly. And then once you come to a comfortable place, be here and breathe. And notice the firming of the backs of your thighs. The hamstrings are engaging, and the buttocks. Now push into your heels a little bit more and let yourself roll a little more towards the tops of the shoulders and let the chest open a little more. And then keeping the lift of your hips as you exhale, lay your spine down vertebra by vertebra from the top to the bottom, like a chain link necklace, one link at a time. And as you get towards the lower back, move your hips more towards your heels. And then when you get to your top of your hips, release your pelvis and let it roll forward into its neutral forward tilt. We're gonna do it a couple more times. Roll your shoulders under. And then as you do that, if you see you're touching your heels, move your feet a little further away. Press the outer edge of the upper arms down at the deltoid. So you feel the lift in the armpit chest and the whole curve of the spine. Exhale, pull the lower belly in towards the spine. You should feel your knees pull in a little. Press into your inner feet as you inhale. Engage your buttocks and the backs of the thighs and lift your hips. Soften the back of the neck and the front of the throat. As you lift up, let your abdomen be hollow, not pushed up. But where the hamstrings meet the sitting bones and the sitting bones meet the hamstrings, you lift there. So you take the hamstrings towards the sitting bones and the sitting bones towards the backs of the knees. And press into the heels. Maybe you lift a little higher. Let the back of the neck be soft and the front of the throat. This time coming down, widen your pelvic floor. So like unpinch your buttocks, widen your inner thighs, keeping your knees in. And then slowly release your tailbone and sitting bones like an anchor without hardening your lower back. Just deepen the depth of the groins. Okay, and then releasing all the way down. Take a breath. And we'll do it one more time. Scoot the shoulder blades together so your arms are touching the sides of your body. Exhale, pull the belly to spine. Press into the inner feet and inhale, engage the button legs and raise the hips up again. Back of the neck soft, front of the throat hollow. Looking towards the abdomen, hollow the abdomen. Maybe you get a little more lift. A couple of breaths here, feeling that firming of the buttocks and the backs of the thighs. And then when you're ready to come down, you can either lay your spine down vertebra by vertebra or ungrip your buttocks and soften the inner groins and lower that down. Or some combination where you lay the spine down and at the same time release the gripping of the buttocks so you have a little breath in your pelvic floor. And then release your pelvis. And we'll do one more pose before we relax. Turn your palms down. Lift your shoulders up and bring the shoulders towards each other in the front of the body so the shoulder blades broaden. Roll your hips back, pelvic tuck. So this is like flatten. Sink your waist, sink your chest. Exhale all the air out. Curl your head and shoulders up. Look to your belly button, reaching towards your feet. This is called Nabi Darshanam, gazing at the navel. Breathe into your upper back and chest. And then inhale and slowly release your head and shoulders down. Turn your palms up, extend your legs one by one. Come to Shavasana and rest for a few breaths and assess your anatomical neutral now. Roll the legs in so the inner thighs come down and the knees and toes point up. Bring your legs together. And rolling your hips back, bend your knees one by one. Bring your feet flat and bring your feet together. Now really roll your hips back, pelvic tuck. So your sitting bones and tailbone curl up. Press your lower back down, sinking your waist. Don't push your belly out. Raise your right knee up towards your chest, interlace your fingers and hold your shin just below your knee. Flex your right foot and let your right leg fall forward into your arms until your arms straighten, and then push it forward as your arms pull back a little. Your head will fall back a little, like when you do curl. And then rolling the hips back, press the lower back firmly down, hollow waist, and let your left foot get light, lift it up a few inches, and then extend your left leg out onto the mat, pressing the whole back of the left thigh and calf and everything down. And extend the front of that foot a little bit. And then as you exhale, relax your right leg completely, the crease of the groin, the buttocks, the foot even, the calf, the shin, everything, and let it fall in towards your hollow abdomen, bending your elbows. Don't pull too much just yet, but first let it fall. And let your lower back, so the top of your hip moves away from your lower back towards the bottom of your buttock, and the bottom of your buttock, which is your sitting bone, rolls up towards the back of your knee. And then you can hug your knee in, and deflate and compress. Flex your right foot, point your left, firm the left kneecap, press the left thigh down, exhale all the air out. The shoulders will roll up. Curl your head and shoulders up and take your chin, nose, forehead towards your inner knee and be here and breathe. And then inhale and release your head and shoulders down. Exhale, keep holding your shin and press your right leg forward till your arms straighten, head falls back. Roll your hips strongly back, press the lower back down. Feel how the left leg gets light, lift it up a few inches, then bend your left knee, place the left foot flat, right foot next to the left, and change legs. Left leg comes up, hold the shin, flex the foot, press the leg forward into the arms as the arms pull back, roll the hips back, head will fall back a little, that's fine. Right foot gets light, lift it up a few inches and extend the right leg out onto the mat. Firm all around the kneecap, press the inseam of the right leg down, extend the front of the foot a little bit and ankle. As you exhale, relax your left leg, the crease of the groin, the buttock, all the thigh muscles, the calf, the foot and ankle even, let everything relax and let your leg fall into your hollow abdomen. Elbows will bend. And then you start to deflate those muscles, let your lower back, let the top of your hip move away from your lower back and the sitting bone curl along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee, like flatten. And compress your leg into your hollow abdomen and draw the knee up towards the chest. Flex the left foot, firm the right leg, pointing the right foot, and bring the inner right leg down. Exhale all the air out, sinking the abdomen down, the shoulders will roll up. Lift your head and shoulders up, chin, nose, or forehead towards your inner knee. Be here and breathe. And then you inhale, releasing the head and shoulders down. Exhale, press your left leg forward till your arms straighten, your shoulders pull up, your head falls back, roll your hips back strongly, press the lower back down, the right leg will float up a few inches, and then bend the right knee. Place the right foot flat, left foot next to the right, extend the arms, extend the legs, rest in Shavasana for a couple of breaths and observe. And take a long breath. And the last floor pose we do comes from Tadi Mudra, like we did in the beginning, and then it's Supta Vajrasana Yoga Sangraha style. So roll your thighs in so your knees and toes point up and bring your legs together, extending the front of the ankles and feet a little. Firm around the knees and thighs and press the legs down, curling the tailbone up, sink the waist. Bring the arms along your sides, firm elbows and knees, extend your fingers, palms down. And then sinking the waist as you exhale, inhale, raise your arms over your head again. So your arms are shoulder width or wider. All the fingers are together. Firm the triceps and reach and take the ribs away from the hips. With the legs, take the hips away from the ribs. So there's a little more space between the hips and ribs. And breathe. As you breathe, hollow the abdomen. And now sink the lower belly towards the spine, any amount. Tailbone curls up as the hips roll back. And sink the sides of the waist and the lower front ribs to the lower back ribs. You'll feel the shoulder blades pull down and the arms pull in a little. And then you bend your knees up one by one. Keep the feet off the ground. Cross the feet at the ankles. Flex the feet strongly. Hook the feet at the ankles and feet and pull the knees apart. And then draw the knees towards the sides of the body a little. So when you pull the knees apart, you're widening the pelvic floor and engaging it as well. So it's an isometric contraction. And sink your lower front ribs and let your sitting bones and tailbone curl up, but keep your lower back pressing down as you bring the legs a little closer in to the sides of the body. Change the cross of your feet and repeat. Hook the feet, pull the knees apart, widen the pelvic floor. Sink the ribs down, sink the waist down. Let the sitting bones and tailbone roll up. Let your lower back lengthen. Knees in towards the sides of your body. Now really sink your waist and inhale, raise your arms up. Wrap your arms around your knees and relax your feet. Bring your knees a little closer and hug your knees in towards the sides of your body. Change the cross of your feet and hug. And then we're going to roll up to sit, right? So you cross the feet, you can flex the feet and hook the feet, lift the feet up a little. Exhale, sink your ribs and waist, look between your legs, lift your head up, and then you just tuck your feet and roll up to sit. And then you're going to take it to standing, right? So you reach your arms forward, try not to use your arms to come up. And you can use momentum. You can use momentum. Yeah. So the momentum comes, yeah. So if you need more momentum and you want your feet on the mat so you don't slide, right? You can do this several times and think forward, right? Not so much up. Okay. So now we do the 5 directions of the spine, feet together. And this is also to open the lung channels and arms extend at the sides, Samastitihi. Firm arms, legs, knees, elbows, tailbone curls a little forward, pubic bone lifts up, buttocks descends to the heels. The abdomen hollows and spreads. Eyes are soft, gaze is soft and broad. Katie is on this side with me, so I'm not going to mirror. Okay, firm elbows and knees. Inhale, raise your right arm forward and up. Exhale, give a stronger pelvic tuck. Inhale, get more length on the right side. Pull the left arm down and exhale just a little bit to the left. Keep the arm and the ear towards each other and breathe into your right side ribs. Keep the lift of the chest. Take your thumb in towards your fingers. You can push your right ribs a little out to the side and up. And then inhale, you reach up. And exhale, lower your arm, turning the palm in. Firm elbows, knees, and waist. Inhale, raise your left arm forward and up. Exhale, give more of a pelvic tuck. Inhale, get more length on your left side. Exhale, slide a little down. Keep your arm and ear towards each other, chest lifted, and breathe into your left side ribs. You can, if you like, push your ribs a little out to the side and up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, you reach up. And exhale, take your arm out to the side, turning the palm in. That's called Ardha Kati Chakrasana. Next one is Kati Chakrasana. Inhale, you take your arms out to the side, firm elbows and extended fingers and thumbs. Shoulder blades down, elbows firm, waist firm. Take a breath, exhale, bring your right hand underneath your left collarbone. Inhale, turn to the left and look at your left hand. Pull your left hip a little forward, not to push your ribs forward. Shoulders down, and breathe into your left chest under your right hand. And then as you inhale, you open your right arm out to the side, coming back to the center. And as you exhale, bend your left elbow under your right collarbone. Inhale, turn to the right, look back at your right hand, pull your right hip a little forward, not to push the ribs. Shoulders down, breathe into your right chest under your left hand. And then inhale, open your left arm out to the side, coming back to the center, and exhale, lower your arms. Ardha Chakrasana, heels of the hands on the tops of the hips, fingers point down, thumbs wrap around. And then firm your legs quite strongly and take a strong pelvic tuck and push your hips forward over your toes, not to crunch your back. Roll your shoulders back a little, squeezing your shoulder blades together over your spine, hollow waist, tailbone forward, and inhale, lift the center and the sides of the body up. If it's comfortable, you take the head back. Think of opening the front of your body. Breathe into your top chest. Coming out, you push the thighs back. Inhale, lift the chest, level the gaze and the head, and exhale, take your arms down. Then it's Urdhva Hastasana. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms, and spread your palms and fingers, and firm your elbows and firm your waist. Look a little down and firm your legs. Inhale, take your arms up over your head. Squeeze the triceps out and elbows in and lift up, not back, but up. Reach up so that you lift the ribs up off your waist. Look a little down, firm your legs. Shift forward towards the balls of the feet and lift your heels up. Try to keep the inner edges of the feet together. Just an inch is good. And breathe. And then when you're ready to come out, you slowly just bring your front ribs towards your back ribs. So you tilt forward a little in your arms and then undo your arms and lower your heels and your arms at the same time. And then it's Ardha Uttanasana, half intense forward bend, halfway. So you lift your upper arm bones a little and roll the shoulders back. So you squeeze the shoulder blades together over the spine. And then take a pelvic tuck. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, maintain the lift of the chest and hollow and spread the abdomen. Once again, inhale, lift the chest. Now keep your gaze looking forward in your chin chest. Exhale, push your buttocks back, lifting the sitting bones up. Chest, chin forward. Roll the shoulder blades together over the spine. Keep the arms just at the tops of the hips. So you're halfway down at most, and breathe. Head up, head way up. Yep. So you're engaging your upper back, hollow the waist, and breathe. Look forward. Good. And then inhale, you lift the chest, buttocks down, and turn the palms to face in. Exhale, and take a couple of breaths here. So we'll do the sun salutations, yoga sangraha style. We'll do 2 or 3 or 4 types, depending how we feel. So come to the front. Now, not so much to the front. You want about 2 feet in front of you, okay? Firm arms and legs. Samastitihi, hollow waist. Inhale, take your firm arms forward and up. Like we did lying down, but palms face in. Reach up, get more length. As you exhale, you stick your buttocks back, turn your palms up as you come to Ardha Uttanasana, buttocks back, chest, chin forward, shift towards your toes a little. And then inhale, you bend your knees, bring your palms flat, lift your heels up. It's a squat. The weight is in your hands. Then you unfold your legs and exhale, step or lightly hop to downward facing dog. Yep, and breathe. 5 breaths here. Spread your palms well. Press into the base knuckles of your fingers and thumbs. Roll to the inner edge of your fingers, outer edge of your thumbs. Firm your elbows, firm your triceps, and squeeze them towards each other to broaden the top of the shoulder blades. Release the head and neck. The ears are in between the arms. Widen the pelvic floor. At the tops of the inner thighs, widen, and then take that back and the outer hips, as if someone's pulling your hips back. And then seal your shoulder blades onto your rib cage, whether you take your shoulder blades in or your ribs up so that you're even from your arms to your hips. You can go back a little more, Teddy, just a little more, and feet closer together, a little closer. Yeah, buttocks up, heels down as you're able, okay? And then to come forward, lift your heels, bend your knees and elbows, round your spine, pull your waist in, look between your hands, and then you're going to lightly hop or step into that squat again. Feet together if you're able. Come, so your heels are up. Come to your fingertips. That's it. And then we come up through Ardha Uttanasana. Pull your waist back, extend your arms, and then exhale, unfold your legs. Ardha Uttanasana, looking forward. And then inhale, turn your palms, just look straight ahead for this first one. And reach up. Firm your outer hips and firm your thighs. Root your buttocks down to your heels as you reach your arms up. And then exhale and lower your arms. Okay, we'll do that again. So inhale, take your arms forward and up. Now, if you like, not to lean back, right? You keep Tadasana and Samastitihi. Wrap the armpits around. Just slide the head back and then arch your upper back and lean your head back. And if you can, you bring the palms together with the arms straight. Exhale, you go to that swan dive into Ardha Uttanasana. Buttocks back, chest, chin forward, lean towards the toes. Inhale, you lift the heels, bring your palms flat, shift your weight into your hands. Exhale, lightly step or hop. Buttock stays up. Buttock stays up. That's the whole thing, Katie. So buttocks up, buttocks up. No. Buttocks up first. Don't jump. That was better though. Buttocks up. Bend your knees a little. Yeah, now lightly hop from your feet only. Yeah. And you don't even have to go that far back, right? Okay. Yeah, it's so easy. It's no, all you have to do is don't think earth, think air, and then it just comes from your feet and ankles. You don't need your thigh muscles to do it. It's really, it's not that big of a jump. It's a hop, not a jump. Buttocks up, press the weight into the hands and the heels, breathe here. Maybe go, yeah, there, maybe a little wider front to back. You bring your feet towards me a little, yeah, there you go. Feet a little closer together, good. Take the weight back here, yes, good, good. Okay, now to come forward, you lift your heels, bend your knees, bend your elbows, look between your hands, round your spine, pull your waist in, lightly hop from your feet only. Yeah, that's it. That's it. No sound. Working towards that. Okay. Fingertips, pull the waist in, your heels are up. That's it. Extend your arms back, shoulder blades together, unfold your legs, Ardha Uttanasana. And then inhale, buttocks down, arms up. And then if you like, you can look up, pull together. Exhale, lower your arms. Okay. So that's the first type. Easy peasy. Okay. Now, second type. Palms face back, firm elbows and knees, firm waist. Now, as you lift your arms up over your head, palms will face forward like we do in Tadagi Mudra. We'll also lift the heels, very similar. So you inhale, lift the heels. Now keep your heels up. Exhale, you're going to sit on your heels, low Utkatasana. We sometimes call it flying yogi. Pull your knees a little forward, shoulders back. Heels will come up more. So it's more shoulders over hips. Then you drop back a little, palms flat. This time you're going to lightly hop or step back to high plank. Push up. Straighten your elbows and knees from your waist and lift your ribs up to your shoulders. And then as you exhale, you shift your weight a little forward. Bend your elbows and lower down. You can always lower your knees, whatever you need to do to get down. Now, tuck your chin, rest on your forehead. Pull your hands back so they're more under your armpits. Point your toes. Breathe and surrender here. This is pose of surrender. Now, curl your toes under, firm your knees and thighs up, press your tailbone and the roots of the thighs down, lift the head and shoulders up a little. From the elbows in, from the waist up, exhale, push up to down dog. Good. You can adjust your distance between your hands and feet, arms and legs, and breathe. Buttocks up, head down. Firm elbows and knees, hollow waist. Firm arm muscles and leg muscles. Root the backs of the legs down as you lift the fronts of the legs up. Squeeze the triceps and elbows in, not to bend the elbows, straight elbows. The inner elbows roll up a little. Okay, and then coming forward, lift your heels, bend your elbows and knees, look between your hands, round your spine, lightly hop or step to that squat with the heels up. Come to your fingertips. Flying yogi. Low Utkatasana. Coming up, look down. And then you can drop back a little, reach your arms up, heels stay up. And then as you exhale, you lower your heels and your arms down. Okay, do that one again. Palms face back, shoulder blades a little together on the spine, firm waist, firm arms and legs. Look a little down. Inhale, your heels and arms come up. Exhale, you bend your knees, sit on your heels, draw the knees a little forward, shoulders a little back. Inhale, plant your feet, your hands, and then exhale, lightly hop or step into that high plank. Push up from your arms and legs, lift your ribs up to your shoulder blades. Take a breath. Exhale, you shift your weight a little forward. Bend your elbows back and lower down. Tuck your chin, point your toes, pull your hands maybe a little back, under more towards your armpits. Breathe here. Pose of surrender. Curl your toes under, firm your thighs and knees up, press your tailbone and fronts of the thighs down, lift your head up a little, squeeze your elbows in, squeeze your waist in. Exhale, push up, down dog. Breathe. Try to straighten your knees, Layla. You can go a little further back with your legs, maybe a teeny bit back. Your feet can walk back a little. That's, yeah, maybe not quite that much. Yeah, try that. Good. Firm knees, firm legs. Yes, straight elbows, straight knees. Hollow waist, release the head, breathe. Seal the shoulder blades onto the back. Wrap the triceps around towards each other. Coming forward, you lift the heels, bend the elbows and knees, round the spine up, look between the hands, lightly hop or step to that low Utkatasana, feet together. Sitting on the heels, arms up, flying yogi. And then you raise your arms up, the heels can drop a little. And then as you exhale, you lower your heels and arms at the same time. Good. Next type. Okay. Now, inhale, you take your arms forward and up again. You can look straight ahead with shoulder whip, or you can bring your palms together and look up. Exhale, take Ardha Uttanasana. Roll the shoulder blades together over the spine. Now, this time, inhale and just take your hands down. So now you have to lean your weight a little forward. So your hands are a foot or so in front of you. You're on your fingertips. Yes. Yeah, bring your hands more under your shoulders, Faina. Bring your hand, yes. And lift your chest. Look forward. So you're still in Ardha Uttanasana in the top. That's it. Now you flatten your palms, lift your heels, lightly hop or step back into a high plank. Firm arms, legs, elbows, and knees. Now just bend your knees, go wide, take your feet in, keep your toes curled under, palms flat, arms stay off the ground, wrap the triceps around so your inner elbows come up a little. Hollow the waist, buttocks back towards the heels. Maybe the head comes down. So it's like a, yeah, Virasana forward with the toes curled under. Breathe into your back. Now, bring yourself forward onto your hands and knees and adjust your knees and feet so they're hip width, and your inner elbows come forward. And you bend your elbows back, you keep your butt sticking out, and then you move your chest and chin forward. You can either take it down or just glide forward, and then lower your hips. Point your toes, roll your thighs in, and press the tops of the feet down. Lift the knees up like up dog. Press the tailbone and the roots of the thighs down, and lift the chest like a low cobra. Good. That's it. Firm your elbows in, curl your toes under, firm your thighs up, pull your waist in, squeeze your elbows in, and exhale. Push your buttocks up into down dog and breathe. Straight knees, Layla. Yes. Firm legs. Straight elbows too. Yes. Squeeze the elbows in and wrap the triceps towards each other so your inner elbows point more towards the ceiling. Turn your upper arms more and more. Turn your hands a little out, Layla. That'll help. Yes. Okay. Then shift your weight. Now this time when you jump, bend the elbows and knees round the spine. You're going to land in that extended Uttanasana with your fingertips on the ground and your legs are straight. Like that. Fingertips. Yeah, good. And then shift your weight forward. Firm your thighs a lot. Firm your waist up. Exhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana. Yes. And then inhale, you turn your palms and reach up and look up if that's comfortable, and exhale over your arms. Good. Okay. We'll do it one more time. Okay. Inhale, arms forward and up. Look up and back. Exhale, swan dive. Roll your shoulder blades together over your spine and lift your head and chest up any amount. Yes. And then exhale, you just take your fingertips down. You can lighten your heels a little. Flatten your palms as you inhale. Exhale, lightly hop or step. High plank. Take a breath here. And then you bend your knees. Inner edges of the feet together. Push the buttocks back. Get the elbows off the ground. Head down. Take a couple of breaths here. Try to keep your forearms off the ground. Yeah, so it's like your arms stay like you're in downward facing dog. Okay, now you come forward and knees a little in, feet a little wide so they're more shoulder width. And then your buttock stays lifted and you bend your elbows and lower your chest forward. You can either touch or glide forward. Okay, now roll the thighs in, extend the legs, draw the outer ankles in, press the tops of the knees down, firm the knees up. Sorry, press the tops of the feet down, firm the knees up. Find your tailbone and press it down as well as the roots of the thighs. This will help you lift the chest. Hands are light. Roll the shoulder blades together. Curl the feet under. Firm the thighs up. Firm the waist in. Elbows in. Exhale. Push up. Down dog. Good. Breathe. Firm elbows, firm knees. Release the head and neck, hollow the waist, keep the ribs and shoulder blades sealed. Lift your hips, bend your knees and elbows around your spine. Lightly hop or step to that extended back. Uttanasana, coming to the fingertips. Good, that's it. And then exhale to Ardha Uttanasana. And then inhale, buttocks down, reach up, and exhale, lower your arms. Okay, good. I think that's enough for today. So then we'll do the standing poses and I'll go over here so you can see me. And then if you want to adjust your mat a little bit, you don't need props. We're working on strength and balance. And we're only holding for about 5 breaths each pose. Okay. Feet together. You can move your mat this way if you want to see me and I can see you. Yeah, there you go. Good. Samastitihi. Samastitihi. Stitihi is standing. It's a little stiff. Sama is even. So there's firmness. There's also ease. Eyes are open. Look from the back of the head, from the ears, from everywhere. So like you're opening your gaze to encompass the whole room. And then you take your fingertips together, bend your elbows and knees, lightly hop or step so that your wrists are over your ankles, feet are parallel. First, it's twisted triangle pose. Exhale, take your hands to your hips, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, firm your waist and legs. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, buttocks back, chest, chin forward, like Ardha Uttanasana. Stay looking up. Now, I am mirroring you. Bring your right hand over to your left leg. You can go high, you don't have to go low. You want to keep your torso parallel to the ground. Pull your right hip out to the side and back. Pull your torso forward and up. Roll your top shoulder up and back. Take your head back a little. Pull your hip back out to the side so you don't shift too much to the left. And then take your left arm up. Top arm up, if that's comfortable, and breathe. Keep your torso parallel to the ground and in between your hips and legs. Right about there, you freak. Now, exhale, take your top hand to your hip and untwist bottom hand to your hip, firm waist and legs, and inhale, come up. Okay, so this one's tricky. And the thing is you shift, we shift, so you have to find your pelvis and see that it's even, and then that your torso is between your legs and ideally parallel to the ground, okay? Hands to hips, lift the chest, exhale, buttocks back, chest, chin forward, come halfway. Then take your left hand to your right, pull your left hip out to the side and back, lift your torso, head back a little, roll your top shoulder back, adjust your hips, and then take your top arm up if that's comfortable. And breathe. Yes, a little higher, Teddy, with your head. Yes, head. Yes, and torso. Yeah. Good. Arm is straight, so take that hand more down. You can go lower with your arm. Straight arm. Yeah. Huh? Good. And lift up. Yes. Good. So it's really extended. Exhale, both hands to hips, untwisting. And inhale, come up with firm legs and waist. And exhale. With practice, you start to feel where you are in space and it gets a little easier. So heel, step or jump, feet together, Samastitihi. Next one is Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle. Step or jump, wrist over ankles. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Turn your right leg out, left foot in, heel to heel. So keep your torso facing the front, but your hips turn a little bit towards your front leg. So you have that external rotation in the whole front leg, including the thigh. Otherwise, you can't do the forward bend if the thigh is facing this way. So this hip has to roll in a little, not to hyperextend. Press into the inner front foot, outer back foot. Turn to face this way. Take a breath. Now, as you exhale, move your hips towards the rope wall, towards your back foot, torso towards the orange wall, towards your front foot. Let your top hip roll down a little so you can get that forward bend. Drop your arm down. Curl your right buttock under, press it forward. Now find your top hip, roll it back. Turn the waist, turn the ribs, turn the chest. Take the head back towards the buttock. Maybe you take the top arm up and breathe. You can look down, straight ahead, or up. Now, coming out from your waist, take your top hand to your hip, take your bottom hand to your hip. Inhale, come up. So you're using your waist and legs. Bend and turn. Heel to heel. Left leg turns all the way out at the crease of the groin. Okay, turn the ribs back to the side of the mat. Back foot angles in a little, so this hip can angle in a little. Turn the back foot in. Yep, good. Take a breath. Now, as you exhale, your hips move towards the orange wall, back foot, torso towards the rope wall, front foot, press into the inner front foot, outer back foot. And then you just come down as far as you can. Let this hip roll a little down so you can do that forward bend to the side. Drop your hand down and then curl your left buttock under. Press it forward. Take your head back towards your buttock side. Roll your right hip up towards the ceiling. Turn your waist, ribs, chest, shoulders, head, maybe, and then take the arm up and breathe. Yeah, that leg straight as you can. That's good, Faina. Now from your waist, top hand to hip, bottom hand to hip. Inhale, come up. Bend and turn. Toe heel, step or jump, Namaste. Good. From elbows, knees, torso. And then it's Utthita Parshva. It's a little bit wider. Step or jump. Extend the arms and legs. And then go about a foot wider. So it's more fingertips over heels. If you're able to keep your arms extended, do so. If you ever need to rest your arms, bring your hands to your hips. Shoulders down, elbows up, look side to side, and spread from the center of your chest to the thumb side of the hand and the center of the upper back to the pinky side. So they're equally open, shoulder blades down. Bend and turn, right leg out, left foot in a little, heel to heel. Bend your right leg, right thigh parallel to the ground. A little wider, Susan. Yeah, that's it. Look to the right, take a breath. Now, reach out to the right, get as long as you can on the right bottom ribs, and then take your right arm down and don't touch. Don't touch. Yeah. Now curl your right buttock under, lean back, turn your head, and your left arm is straight up over your right arm. Yeah. And breathe. Head back a little, Susan. Now from your waist as you exhale, and as you inhale, reach up with your arms and come up and straighten your leg. You can do that at the same time if that's better. Turn your leg, heel to heel. You may need to adjust the distance. Back foot turns in a little so that hip can angle in. So you can do that forward bend to the side here, even though you're bending. You turn and look to the left, bend your left leg, left thigh parallel, knee back, buttock forward. Get long on the left side. Take the left arm down, right arm up. Buttock forward, lean your head back a little, lean into your leg. Turn and look up if you're able and breathe. If you need to rest your arm on the leg for support, you can do that. Or keep your hand on your hip if your shoulder bothers on this side. Firm your inner back leg, Faina, and lift it up. The inner back leg, inner thigh. Okay, good. Now exhale. Oh, sorry. Inhale coming up. Yeah, forgot. Good. Turn your feet. Step or jump. Good. Couple of breaths. Shiram Sukham Asanam. Steady, comfortable, right? Shoulders back a little, chest open, waist hollow, inner thighs back. More, Katie. More inner, yeah. Whoop, I know. I know, so don't do this. Yeah, good. Okay, Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward bend. Don't worry about getting your head down. Worry about stability of legs and waist. Step or jump. Wrists over ankles, maybe a little wider. Okay, exhale, hands to hips. Firm legs. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, buttocks back, chest, chin forward like Ardha Uttanasana. And then you just drop your fingertips down like that extended back forward bend. Shift your weight towards your feet a little, towards the balls of your feet. And then as you exhale, hollow waist, just walk your hands back. Don't worry if the head doesn't touch. Have the hands and elbows shoulder width. Scrub the hands a little out just so the wrist creases point straight ahead. Lift the shoulders up as you release the head down towards the ground and breathe. Yep. Palms flat if you can, Faina. And turn your hands out a little, Faina. Hands, that's good. Yes, yes, good. Not too much, just so your wrist creases point straight ahead. There you go. Squeeze your elbows in So they're right over your wrists. Yes, good. Inhale, coming up to your fingertips. Pause there. Katie, so that's not good. Okay. So the reason why isn't that good? You have to lift up using your waist and legs, not, yes, straight elbows. Come all the way up to your fingertips. Head up. Yes, like that. Without, your head, all the weight was on your head and you had to adjust, right? So you want to stay, that's the idea. Stay strong so you're ready to come out, the whole time. Yes, yes. So, but come up halfway, hands to hips, and then all the way. Okay. So that's the idea behind these poses. Okay, it's not and that's the idea in general, really. Even if you're not doing this practice, you want to hold poses as if you could come out immediately, right? For the most part. Okay, toe heel, step or jump, samastitihi. The last standing pose. These are the 5 basic standing poses we're doing. We're only doing the 5 basic. So the next one is Parsvottanasana. So side, intense stretch to the side, step or jump. Wrist over ankles. Now you turn your right leg to face the orange wall and turn your left leg in. You're facing the orange wall. That's it. Good. And step your back foot a little out to the side, Layla, so you're not, so you want to be heel to heel or a little wider if needed for your hips. Back foot turns in quite strongly, not too much, because then you lose your balance, right? But you want to be able to bring your hips to face the front of your mat. There you go. Turn your palms up. Press into the inner front foot, outer back foot. Back leg straight. Press that leg back. Try to keep the weight into the outer back foot. Don't collapse the inner ankle on the back leg. Yes. You can bend the front leg a little as needed. Firm your waist and outer hips. Inhale, you take your arms up. If you're able, you bring your palms together and look up. Exhale, you're going to go to Ardha Uttanasana. Roll the shoulder blades together over the spine, firm the waist, and look forward halfway. Shift and turn, look towards the shin of your front leg. Hold your right wrist with your left hand. Shift and turn so that as you come down, you're coming over the front leg. All the weight comes forward. So what do? Push the weight into the back leg, any amount. Release your head and breathe. So bend your front leg a little more. That's it. Lift up a little and turn more. There you go. Good. You're coming right over the leg as you're able. Good. Head down. Good. Then you work on straightening this leg, pushing back and keeping the head down to the shin as you're able. Press into the inner front foot, otherwise you hyperextend. Now, coming out, push into that inner front foot and push the weight back. Extend your torso halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Take your arms back from the hips and waist, turning your palms. As you come up, you reach up. Exhale, lower your arms, and then turn around to the other side. Just turn your legs to face the rope wall. Okay? So left leg forward, right leg back, right? You can adjust your feet side to side. So turn your back foot a little bit more in. Just lift the heel, Layla, and turn it out more. There you go. Now turn your hips all the way. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yes, all the way. As much as you can. Now, the back leg, don't collapse into the inner foot. Lift that back leg like that's the stake in the ground. Push into the outer foot, inner front foot. Outer left knee to outer left hip. Extend your arms. Firm your waist and outer hips. Inhale, turn your palms. Reach up, look up if you can. Exhale, take your arms out. Swan dive, Ardha Uttanasana. Press into that inner front foot, outer left knee to outer left hip. Push the weight into the back leg. Hold your left wrist with your right hand. Firm your waist, and then exhale. You come down over, keep shifting and turning so your shoulders come square too, as you're able, over your left leg. You can keep that leg a little bent. That's fine. Breathe. Bend your knee a little, Katie. Front knee. Yeah. Firm your outer hips and waist. If you can bring your hands behind you and put the weight in the back leg. Push back. Yes. Head down. Yes. Good. One more turn here if you can. Good. You can bend your elbows. Yeah. And bring your head down. Yes. Bring your knee a little out to the side. Yes. Not your foot so much. Yes. From here. Good. Now coming up, you have to push the weight back. Otherwise, burst. Otherwise, you're going to fall over. Push the weight back, then extend the torso, extend the arms. Then you turn the palms up. You reach up. You exhale. You turn. And step or jump. Very good. Okay? Very good. So we'll take it down through vinyasa. So I'll switch with you, Teddy, if you want to go back there. to seated, not too close to the wall, because you will do things where you extend the arms overhead again. So come to a couple feet in front. Okay, Namaste. Then inhale, you take your arms forward and up. Look up if you like. Exhale, you do your swan dive to Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale, you shift your weight forward, take your fingertips down to that extended back. And now you can separate your feet a little, soften your ankles and knees, hollow your abdomen, walk your hands back and release your torso down for a full forward bend for a moment, Uttanasana. And then you can slowly work on straightening as you're able. But find some relief also. Then you're going to lift your head up, plant your hands a little forward, lift your heels up, and lightly hop or step to down dog. Buttocks up. That is not down dog. Go less wide front to back when you jump, Katie. Don't try to go back so much. Just jump up and land. Up. That's it. That's it. And go right to down dog. See, that's a better shape. Okay. Now you shift your weight, bend your elbows around your spine, look between your hands, lightly hop or step. If you can jump all the way through, fabulous. If not, cross the feet, use your hands, sit down and extend. Yeah, good. Okay. Roll the front thighs in, right up by the groin. Broaden the backs of the thighs, the pelvic floor. Roll to the forward edge of the sitting bones. Draw the sacrum in and up. Plant your hands somewhere near your hips. Lift the chest. Straighten the elbows. Firm the legs. Inner feet together. Press the inner feet a little forward. Look down towards your feet. Breathe. You're leaning back, Susan. Walk your hands more forward. Now lift your chest up high. And then keeping that beautiful lift, hollow the waist. And just tuck your chin a little and look towards your feet. Just look towards your feet. Yeah, good. Yeah, lean a little forward, Layla. And up, chest, yes. Walk your hands a little forward. Press down. Now lift your chest higher than your shoulders. Yeah, roll your shoulders back. Look here, look at me. So here's lifting the shoulders, right? Here's lifting the chest. One, up dog, yes. Yes, and lean a little forward. Yes, now straighten your knees, push your feet a little forward to do so. Which means, look here, like this instead of this. Yes, and from your knees and press down. Good, and then you work towards doing that with your feet more flat. Okay, very good. So then we do Purvottanasana, the inclined plane. We'll do it twice. First with knees bent and then with legs straight. So walk your hands back a good amount, okay? And you'll see how you have to adjust. Bend your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then as you straighten your elbows, lift your chest and hollow your abdomen. Now bend your knees and bring your feet so your knees are, about halfway bent. And you're going to keep your feet flexed. And squeeze your legs together and firm your buttocks and firm your legs and push your heels down and lift your hips up, not your belly. Keep your feet flexed and your knees bent. Actually, you were better more back with your feet. Buttocks up more. Come on, Faina. Yes, there you go. Now lift your buttocks. Tailbone up. Yeah, so engage your hamstrings, backs of the thighs, release the quads. Yes. You can let the head go back. Okay. And then exhale and release your buttocks down. AirPod. And then we'll do one with straight legs. Okay. So you're finding the hamstrings and engaging them. Okay. So that's the big idea here. And we engage them before we take the seated forward bends and release them. So walk your hands back. And you'll see how you want to end up with your shoulders more or less over your wrists, more or less. Firm your legs, dig your heels down, flex your feet. You're going to keep your feet flexed. Firm your legs, firm your buttocks, hollow waist. Inhale, lift your hips up. Take your tailbone towards the backs of your knees. Keep your feet flexed, hamstrings towards the buttocks, and then maybe you take the head back. Yes, beautiful. Good. Buttocks up, lay the head back if you feel like it. Good. Buttocks up, Katie. Buttocks up more, head down. Yeah, okay. So for you, Katie, don't take your head back because then your hips are sinking also. Come on down. Good, Marina. Yes. Okay. Until your buttocks get higher, then you can take the head back. Okay. So now roll the front thighs in, broaden the backs of the thighs, come to Dandasana. And here. And chest up, 6 inches up. Yes, Faina. Hands a little forward so you can flatten and press down and roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades towards each, yes. Move your chest forward in space, forward, forward. Move your chest forward, yes. And up, yes. Come on, hands flat, walk your hands more forward. Yes, shoulders back, yes. Good. Take your big toes, good. Now, take your two fingers in between your big and second toe to the roots of your fingers. Wrap your fingers around, touch your thumb tips to your two fingertips. That's the yogi toe lock. Now look at your feet. Inner feet forward, outer feet back. Yes. Push the feet a little forward so you're not flexing so much. Push your balls of your feet forward by an inch or two. Yeah, so observe now you can straighten your knees. Come on. Outer knees down for you. More. Outer knees down. Yeah, not by flexing your feet. Push your feet forward, find your kneecaps, and take your outer knees down. Find something in your legs by your outer knees to press down. Yes. And then the tops and the backs, inner knees too, but you want your knees not rolling in towards each other. You want your knees pointing straight up. So you have to find your outer shins and outer quads. Okay. And you too, Layla. Press the backs of the knees down. Yes. Firm the knees all the way. Press the knees. Yeah. And then lift the torso up any amount. Tuck the chin. So that's Dandasana. Okay. Stick, staff. This is Dandasana whole. Well, you're doing it all the Dandasana actions while you hold your toes. Then you exhale, hollow your abdomen, release. When you take your head down, don't let your head fall, but elongate. Take the base of the skull away from the back of the neck. Tuck the chin in towards the notch between the clavicles like Jalandhara. Elbows a little wide, shoulders broad. Hollow the sides of the waist back like Uddiyana. You can take your tailbone a little forward like Mula. And then you have the bandhas. And you release the torso and breathe into the back body. Yes. So if I, take the base, stay there. Don't look at me if you can. Now, take the base of your skull away from the top of your neck. So yes, more. Keep doing that. More. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Yes. More. Yes. Can you feel that opening now? Yeah. Good. Now, firm your legs and inhale, lift your torso up. Push your toes into your hands. Firm your knees. Yeah. No. Keep holding your feet. Oh, okay. Now hold the outsides of your feet. And then you do the same. Inhale, you lift up. Exhale, you draw the sides of the waist back. Elbows up, shoulders back, head down. And breathe into your back body. Yeah. Take it easy. You can bend the knees. You can just sit in Dandasana lightly. Like, don't overdo. Yeah. Good. Yes. And Layla, take your thumbs onto the tops of your feet, no, that's the bottom, tops of yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's a place between your big toe and second toe, a little bit down towards the bone. It's a good place to put your thumbs in that hole. Okay. And then firm legs and inhale, come up and exhale, release. Now we're going to take it down to lying down, Tadagi Mudra, and do their leg work into Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Okay. The abs work and the leg work. So you might want to scoot a little forward and then point your feet a little and extend your arms, palms down, shoulder width. Now firm legs, you sink your waist and you curl your tailbone under and you roll back and lay your spine down, vertebra by vertebra. And then at some point you take your arms over your head. So you're in Tadagi Mudra. And then you extend the tops of the feet, firm the knees, curl the tailbone under, arms and legs firm. Now, exhale, sink your waist any amount. Keep your left foot pointing, flex your right foot. Exhale and sink your waist any amount and raise your right leg up. And hold it and breathe. Good. If for some reason the arms overhead are too much for you, you can always bring the arms down to your sides, okay? Now, press the root of the right thigh away from you as you pull the foot towards you and straighten your knee. Push your heel up towards the ceiling. Yes. Good. That's it. Then exhale and lower your right leg down. Point your right foot, press the back of the right leg all the way down. Curl the tailbone under, sink the waist, flex the left foot, exhale, raise the left leg up. Press the root of the left thigh away from you as you push the heel up and open the back of the knee and breathe. So back up a little, Layla. Back away, left leg away further, away from you, away. Yes. Now push the back of the right knee down. Yes. Push it down with your quad. Push it in the root of the thigh. Good. Now straighten your left knee all the way. Push the heel up and open the back of the left knee, pushing the left thigh away from you as you pull the heel up and towards your head side. Good. Now exhale and lower the leg down. Okay, good. So now with your arms overhead, exhale, sink your waist, flex both your feet. You'll feel as you sink your waist, your shoulders draw in towards your chest. Really sink your belly down and raise both your legs up. That's too much. Don't do it with your back strength. Then you do one leg at a time, or your knees bent, or take your arms along your sides, or all those things, right? So the idea is to find your waist muscles and use those. Have your legs perpendicular, a little more away from you, Katie. There, that's it. Good. Stay here and breathe as you're able. Yeah. Sink your ribs down. Yeah, and widen your ribs like Uddiyana. Widen your front ribs, Katie, and then spread them, and then sink them down at the sides of the body. Go wider, towards curl your fingers around your inner ribs, curl your fingers in, there, sink there, down, lower and lower down, lower by your lower ribs, lower down, not higher, lower down, go lower, there, go wider with your fingers. So you feel your ribs as wide as they get at the low ribs. That's the area. Okay, good. Now, as you're able, you're going to take your legs wide apart. Yeah, flexing your feet. Good. Yes. Good. Yes, straight knees, Saina. Straight knees. Push out through your inner legs, your inner feet. Yes. Good. Beautiful. Now, as you exhale, sink your ribs, sink your waist, lift your arms and head, and reach your arms through your legs, like Nabi Darshanam. Yes. Good. Straight legs. Good. Now release and bend your knees. Hold the outsides of your feet, happy baby. Wide knees, elbows on the insides of your knees. Bend your elbows and push your elbows into your knees to widen your knees any amount, like a wide-legged horse stance. And then pull your heels in so they're over your knees. And then push your heels down towards your knees. Yeah. And then go ahead and extend your legs, holding the outsides of your feet. And see if you can roll your hips down if you do that. Good. And then inhale, bring the legs together and bring your arms overhead and come back to, so your legs are parallel, perpendicular to the ground. Flex your feet, firm your knees. Exhale, sink your ribs down, lift your head and shoulders up, reach your arms forward, Nabi Darshini. Yeah. Good. That's it. Then we go up from here, palms down. Yeah. We go up from here to Sarvangasana. You just push your fingertips down and raise your legs up. And we'll hold it for about 8 breaths. Okay, if you want to make any adjustments, you're welcome to. Yes, beautiful. Be here and breathe. Keep your legs strong. So the next pose we do is plow pose, halasana. So you start to take your legs down towards your head. And as you do so, move your buttocks away from your face, kind of like a jackknife. You can bring your hands on the ground or keep your hands on your back. So as your feet start to fall down behind your head, shift your hips back towards your face. Then maybe your feet will touch. If they don't touch, keep your hands on your back. If they do touch, extend your arms. You can either have your palms down or interlace your fingers and roll your shoulders under. Keep your legs firm, throat soft, face soft. And also the back of the neck soft and the base of the skull. Now you flatten your palms, broaden your shoulders, and as you roll down, vertebra by vertebra, keep your legs close to your face. Lift your head up, shoulders up, reach your arms forward, and come back to Nabi Darshanam. Good. Now as you lay your head down, take your arms overhead. If that's too much, just keep your arms along your sides. Firm your knees, extend the tops of your feet, sink the sides of the waist down at the lower ribs. And then slowly lower your legs. Keeping your tail curled under, your lower back reaching towards the mat. Good. From your elbows, from your knees, sink your waist. Inhale, raise your arms up, and exhale, lower your arms down. So you can bend one knee and roll over to the other side and take that arm under that buttock. So take your arm a little down, away from shoulder, away from your ear. Then you straighten that leg, bend the other knee, lift that hip, take that arm under, hook your thumbs and roll your shoulders a little under, palms flat for Matsyasana, fish. And then you press the elbows and forearms down and lift the head up and look to your feet. Yeah, yes, like that, exactly. Now, instead of pushing the belly up, lift the chest, let the head release back, and then you glide back until the head lightly touches. And breathe here for a few breaths. Relax your lower back, right? Don't harden and arch too much to the lower back. Breathe into the chest. Firm your legs, press your elbows down, lift your head up, look towards your belly, and then lower yourself down. You can bend your legs and undo your arms and rest for a few breaths in Shavasana. Bring the legs together, bring the arms along the sides for Tadagi Mudra. Firm your elbows and knees, arms and legs, sink your waist. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, sink the waist, roll the hips back strongly, bend your knees one by one, cross the feet at the ankles for Supta Vajrasana. Reach the arms, hug the knees in. Change the cross. And then inhale, raise your arms up, wrap your arms around your legs, hug your knees, and then lifting your feet up, exhale, look between your legs, tuck your feet and roll up to sit. Good. So now just come into sitting on your heels. Take your right arm behind your back. You're going to do your yogi toe lock. Take your hand in between your 2 feet. Wrap your fingers around the top of your left big toe. And then your thumb touches your 2 fingers. Okay. So you've got the left big toe with the right hand. You bring your left arm behind. And then you have to wrap it around the top of the right wrist. And then find the right big toe with the left hand. And then you pull your toes back and up as you're able. So you're crossing your arms behind. Yeah, just do your best. It's good for your proprioception. And lift your chest. Sink your waist back a little and release your head down. Lift your head up and back. Roll the shoulders back a little. Come to neutral, sink the waist back, relax the shoulders, undo your arms, rest your hands on your thighs, take a breath. You do that on the other side. Left arm goes behind. You go between your 2 big toes, wrap your fingers around the top of your right big toe, and your thumb touches your 2 fingers. Take your right arm behind. It goes on the underside. So it goes on top of your right wrist, which is the underside, sorry, of your left wrist, the underside of your left wrist, but the right leg arm is on top. And then you hold the left big toe. And then you pull the toes back and a little up, roll the shoulders back. Don't cramp your foot. The waist goes back a little. First thing is head down. Shoulder blades down. Then you take the head up, sides of the waist back, shoulders back a little. And then coming back to neutral, shoulders relax, bring your hands on your thighs. So we'll do down dog to Shirshasana for those who would like. Okay, for those who would not like, you just do down dog in Shirshasana arms. So you come to your hands and knees, bring your elbows down under your shoulders. interlace your fingers, take your pinky side of your hand forward, touch your thumb tips, press your wrists and forearms down and lift your shoulders up. Curl your toes under, and then you just lift your hips up like down dog and just let your head dangle. Okay, those of you who would like, you walk your feet forward, keep lifting the shoulders up, take the head down, and then one leg up and then the other, and I'll come and assist you if you would like that. Not just stay there. Okay, Katie, go ahead. Good. Okay. Ready? You want to come up? Okay. Elbows a little narrower. Wait. Yeah, there. Good. One leg up only. Don't kick, just lift. Turn the leg in, flex the foot. Yeah, good. Good. Squeeze the leg. Good. Back a little towards me. Yes. Buttocks firm, legs back a little. Yes. Good. Squeeze the legs. Yes. Very good. Good. You coming up, Layla? Okay. Walk in, lift the shoulders, one leg up, straight leg, straight leg, straight leg, don't kick, straight. Flat. Turn the thigh in. Good. Good. Try to do it with your legs straight next time. Good. Hips a little this way. Yeah. Not the feet so much. Good. Buttocks firm forward towards your face. Yes. Very good. Very good. Good. Rest in child's pose. You can have your arms back or forehead resting forward, resting your forehead on your arms, either way. Now coming up, before you come up, find your tailbone, curl it underneath you towards your pubic bone. So your waist pulls back and then look forward. Keep your tailbone curling under, reach your arms back like Ardha Uttanasana. And then inhale and come up tailbone under. So look here. It's not this, right? It's this. So this has to get long, and then the upper back also has to get long, and the arms reach back, tailbone, and yes, yes, shoulders roll back, shoulder, yes, head forward, look forward like Ardha Uttanasana. Yes, and come up that way. Yeah, so you're using here, right? So that you're not doing this, and then this is how we always are. So we have to be here, so this gets engaged, and this gets engaged, and that's hard to find because we want to engage the whole back, right? So that's how we get the flat back to come up. That makes sense? Yeah. Sit cross-legged. Yes and no. Yes. It makes sense intellectually, but you have to find it in your body. Firm your waist, hold one hand, and rest your head. If that's difficult, use your arms. You can also rest your head on a block or something. Yeah. This is called yoga mudra. Now pull your waist back, tailbone forward to come up. Same idea. Yes, chest up. Good. Change the cross. Change the hold of your arms behind and repeat. Waist back, head down. So Katie, if your head doesn't touch and you want to work your waist, you can still do this if you like, right? If that's comfortable enough for you. Yeah. If not, then use your arms. And then coming up, tailbone forward, waist back. Extend your gaze and he'll come up. Yeah, the gaze helps a lot. Good. And then we take it down to Shavasana. And the first thing we do though is our Garudasana twist. So take your arms out to the side, a little below your shoulders, walk your feet together. Lift your left leg up, dip your right leg into the midline, cross your legs high at the thighs, and then bend your left knee and press your left leg down onto your right leg so it's close to knee. Walk your right foot a little way and see if you can tuck your left foot behind your right ankle. If not, just cross the leg. We'll do 3 times to the right. So you take a breath, and as you exhale, roll your hips to the right just a little bit, keeping your left shoulder down. Roll your knees, sorry. And then inhale, raise your legs up, come to the flat of your back and foot, And again, as you exhale, knees to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. Maybe you go a little bit deeper. And then inhale, you raise your legs up, flat of the foot, flat of the back. And last time, exhale, knees to the right, left shoulder down, let your head release to the left, and be here and breathe. Most likely your knees won't touch the ground. Keep your left shoulder down. And then inhale, raise your legs up, sink your waist, roll to the flat of the back and the flat of the right foot, and uncross your legs. Adjust your arms, chest, shoulders as needed. Raise your right leg up high. Let your left knee dip into the middle. Cross high at the thigh. Bend your right knee, and then press your right leg down onto your left. Walk your left foot away. Tuck your right foot behind if you're able. 3 times to the left. Take a breath, and as you exhale, go a little bit to the left, not too much. Keep the right shoulder down. And then inhale, you roll back to the flat of the back and the sole of the foot. Exhale, knees to the left, right shoulder down. So you're on the outer edge of your left foot and hip. Maybe you go a little deeper in the twist. And then inhale, you raise your legs up to come back. And exhale, last time, knees to the left, right shoulder down. Let your head release to the right. And breathe. And raise your legs up, sink your waist down, uncross your legs, adjust your hips, and take your knees to chest one by one. Wrap your arms around your legs. You can hug your knees in, rock a little side to side, anything you would like to do to even yourself out. And then come into Shavasana, the corpse pose for final relaxation. You can take any support you need or would like, or none at all. And assess your situation. Let's take this out from under your hips. Just bend your knees and lift your hips. Yeah, but that's kind of giving you an uncomfortable lift there. Yeah. What we do is, do you need something under your knees? Is your back? Lift your head and down. Maybe just a little head lift is good. Sometimes that's all it needs. And that might be too high. You can adjust. Observe your body and observe your breath. Take some nice long breaths. And then for a nice quick release, we'll do 3 times. So you're going to inhale a nice long breath. And then as you exhale, vocalize a deep ah. And again, nice long inhale. Ah. One more time. Deep breath in. Ah. And now just let it go. Let your bones be heavy and your flesh soft. Release the grip of flesh on bone. Find space where space exists in your joints and your toes and feet and ankles. Create more space in the ankle joints. Soften the calves and shins and find space in the knee joints, the back, the top, the inner and the outer. Soften the flesh of the thigh muscles, front, back, side, inner, outer. Bones are heavy. Flesh is soft, pelvic bowl, biggest hinge of the body, softening the pelvic floor, pubic bone and lower belly, tailbone, sacrum, lower back, buttocks right and left, outer hips, front of the groin. Soften the belly, let the organs rest on the back of the body. The basket of the ribs, 37 joints, letting go, creating space for the heart and lungs. Between the vertebrae, lumbar, thoracic, cervical, create space. Shoulder joint, the armpits, the shoulder blades on the back, the collarbones, the upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, tops of the hands, knuckles of the fingers, thumbs, tops of the shoulders, right and left, right side of the neck, left side of the neck, front of the throat, back of the neck, base of the skull. Let the ears descend towards the back of the head, create space in the jaw, the teeth, the tongue, the throat. Soften the skin of the face, inner and outer corners of the eyes soft. Let the eyes release to the back of the head and look towards the heart. Front of the brain, release towards the back of the brain. Back of the brain, release towards the back of the head. Relax the brain and nervous system. As though your forehead were a very large eye, allow your eyelid to softly close and relax your mind. Opening at the top of the skull, connecting to universal consciousness, awareness, bliss. Without moving your body parts, allow your breath to deepen. So the parts of your body associated with the breath will, of course, move. They're always moving. So allow the breath to become a little bit fuller, longer, more spacious, and allow the breath to move throughout your body as prana, life force, awareness in the skin, the flesh, the bones, through the whole body to the arms and legs, hands and feet, toes and fingers, and maybe wiggle the fingers and toes a little bit. And roll your wrists and ankles to wake them up. And then when you're ready, you can bend your elbows one by one and bring your hands to your abdomen and pause there and observe your breath. And then when you're ready, you can bend your knees one by one and pause there and bring your hands to your lower belly and let your lower belly release and your lower back release towards the floor. Feel the connection between the front and back. And then when you're ready, you can extend one arm overhead and roll to that side. Unless you have a blanket under your head, you can rest your head on the blanket. And bring your other arm across and just rest for a couple of breaths on your side. When you're ready to press yourself up, use your arms, pull your waist in, look down, and let the head be the last thing to come up. And then we'll sit for one moment and take prayer position. Pressing thumbs to sternum, lift the heart, roll the upper arm bones back, pull the waist in a little, tail forward. And then with your eyes closed as you exhale, releasing the head down from the base of your neck, chin towards your chest. So surrender your head to your heart. Release your hands to your thighs. Keeping your eyes closed, curl your neck up, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Bring the eyes to the back of the head. Drop down from the back of the head to the back of the heart and all the way down to the seat. And stay grounded in your seat and open your heart in the back, the sides, the front, top and bottom, like a brilliant diamond shining brightly, expanding, reflecting in all directions, everywhere. And then let your eyelids gently go open. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy the day.